Vo. I'm here with the homie.
Lance Tom.
Hey yo, tonight with another episode. Um, we got another special one, another real one. We've been kind of going in with like some of these deep ass topics, fam.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and moving forward, I feel like I kind of say this before every episode, but I feel that I just need to say it. Um, Tonight's episode, we are definitely going to be talking about a subject that maybe where our opinions aren't as important, and we, as the opposite sex, we definitely have an opinion, and what we say, regardless of what we talk about or whatever we say, we feel that like moving forward, it's like a conversation that needs to be had.
Definitely.
It's gonna spark some discussion or whatever, and we feel that that's what's important.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So before that, how you been, fam? How you doing?
I've been good, bro. I just listened to that new Big Sean, that Friday freestyle.
Yeah.
Boy, man, that's why I love music, bro. I love music. That's why I'm repping Detroit right now, because man, that shit was fire as fuck. I'm not going for it.
Yo, dude, you love Detroit rappers.
I do. I don't know what it is about it, but I feel I have a connection with Detroit for some odd reason. I love the Piston Bad Boys, love Eminem, love Royce da 5'9". Big Sean's cool, Danny Brown, Dej Low, T Grizzly, Cash Doll. Cash Doll's actually pretty dope. She's from Detroit. I just learned about her maybe last week or so.
Yo, dude.
But yeah, it's crazy.
Yo, I totally forgot about Danny Brown. I forgot he was from Detroit. I just completely forgot about him like altogether.
Yeah. No. But yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, bro. I don't know what's the reason why, because I don't know. They're so gritty. The rappers there are so gritty. There's the Motor City. Like, I feel like, man, I don't know. I just have a connection with them. It's just funny how you say that.
Dude, it's think about it now. I really don't. I guess my favorite would be like New York. That's kind of like my favorite geography, or that's just where some of my favorite rappers are from. That or Chicago, like I love Ye, I love Lupe, I like Common, but like my favorite rappers would be like Nas, Mos Def, MF Doom, So besides that, Detroit, you said it was a freestyle.
Yeah, it was a Friday freestyle.
Yeah.
It was a 9 minutes and 30-second song.
A Friday freestyle on a Thursday.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's Friday. I guess out over there.
Exactly. Spoiler alert, though. I mean, Royce and Eminem on the last two verses, so they're like the longest. But everybody else is actually pretty cool. I haven't listened to the whole Big Sean album, but it's pretty dope. So far, one song. I mean, I heard the other song as well too, with Lil Wayne. Was like a snippet. I feel like Big Sean's gonna do well in this project for some odd reason. I feel like he's gonna be up there.
Do you feel that like Big Sean does not do good normally?
I mean, you got Finally Famous.
Don't answer that question. You might upset me.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a discussion for another time.
Yeah, definitely.
So besides that, you listening to any other music? Any new music you listen to?
I just hit up what you call it was what was that artist? Jordan Lucas, Fall Slowly. I just listened to that before we got on. Pretty dope with Ashanti. Damn, it's actually pretty sick.
Oh damn.
You got Bryson Tilla's Inhale. SZA hit different. I listened to that all before we just came on, so I don't have a real good opinion about it. But so far, I like all of them, and I only listened to like a minute or two before we got on. So, those probably new music. I'm really excited for the Big Sean album because I haven't liked Big Sean since Big Sky Paradise, and that was like fucking ages ago. So I'm down. I drank a whole bunch of coffee before I came on there, so after this stream, I'm definitely gonna listen to this album straight up.
Yeah, you better get that ass clapped on 2K, right?
Yeah, of course. Thanks.
Yo, did you catch that versus battle with What was it, Brandy and Monica?
I didn't, bro. I didn't, but I saw clips of it. I'm not. It's funny. Everybody thinks I'm an R&B guy, but I really didn't really listen to Brandy and Monica growing up. I mean, I know all the songs, but I wasn't really like into it, you know.
I got
But
you.
it's a dope versus battle. I heard, and this is just from like, you know, rumors that Ashanti and Keisha Cole are gonna have versus battle. Like Ashanti confirmed it, so I'm begging, I'm hoping this shit will like really.
Swear.
It's, I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping.
Dude,
It's gonna be dope, man. It's gonna be a fucking dope. I think that was gonna be a pretty dope album. Keisha Cole got some hits, but she's from the Bay Area, of course. Ashanti got hits.
Oh shit, I always forget that. I always forget she's from the Bay.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Oakland for sure, man. She got. Everybody sleeps on Keisha Cole, but she got vocals.
Nah, she got hits. She got hits.
She's nice. Yeah.
So I mean, you know, while you're talking about Keisha Cole, while we're talking about female artists, I guess we can kind of just get, you know, straight into it. So tonight we want to talk about like women in hip hop, female MCs. We definitely have an opinion about them. You know, Lance put me on this really dope documentary, kind of like opened my eyes on certain things, and you know, we just kind of want to go back and forth and have a little discussion about this. You know, Lance said it here. We believe that, you know, women are some of the most powerful rappers in hip hop. You know, like a lot of times, like right now, like Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion. I mean, they just released what WAP. They just released that, but like, you know, like a lot of female MCs have been like some of the biggest sellers, some of the biggest contributors, you know, to hip hop right now, that, you know, that's running shit. And I think that's really dope, you know. And tonight, I guess we'll kind of break everything down and go into it. But in your opinion, Lance, who's your favorite female MC? Who's your favorite female rapper? Or do you have one?
Famous female rapper, I would say Lauryn Hill, of course.
Oh, for sure, Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill, Rhapsody. I've been fucking with Rhapsody for a little bit. Man, there's this actually. I want to give a shout out to this new one, Chica.
Yo, she was on The Freshman.
Yes. So how I found out about her, man, it's basically a trip because the Freshman list came out, of course, right? Some guy was tweeting like, "Oh, what's up with these? What's up with these artists? Why? How are they picking these artists? Like, look at this chick." And he circled Chica, and I would read through the comments. I was like, we're going through it, and this one girl was like, "Well, she's probably the best one out of all of them." I was like, "Okay, let me see how good she is." I went to her Tiny Desk
the NPR
YouTube
thing?
video. Yeah, bro.
Dude, that shit was dope.
She fucking killed it, bro. And I loved her for that, bro. Like, man, her song Balenciagas, forget about it, bro. That's just a banger. I mean, she's gonna be slept on. She's gonna definitely be slept on, bro. Yep. People are gonna be really mad if they sleep on
her. Off topic, but you mentioned the freshman list. There were 12 people this year.
I think so, yeah.
When did they just go ahead and add 2 more people to the freshman list? It used to be the freshman 10. So it used to be the freshman 10 plus publicly voted for like an honorary member, you know, or the 11th spot.
Yeah.
I think the 1 year I voted for Dizzy, and he got that 11th spot, I think.
It was all because of your vote, bro.
Oh, dude, right? Yo, dude, just one. Hey, yo, by the way, don't want to get all political, but elections are coming up. Remember to register to vote, guys.
Oh, yeah, definitely. There you go.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. So you said Rhapsody, then you said Chica. She's this new up and coming. She's more, I don't want to say conscious rap, but that's kind of like what she falls into.
I believe so. I think I don't know. She could be the best, bro. I believe she can fit in with Dreamville. If Dreamville ever picked her up, I believe that she can fit well with that crew. Like she's really about it. I think she knows her roots. Like coming just from her EP, I feel like she knows her style, and she knows. I believe she could be in the '80s. Like she could like compete in the '80s. You know.
The 80s? I really want to talk about the 80s. That's
just how I feel, you know.
I mean, some shit was put on about the 80s that we found out recently, but I guess we can kind of get into it. I guess that's where we could start. So
Dude,
in the
yeah.
80s, back when hip hop first started, there were not a lot of female MCs, and for you to be a female MC, you had to rap like the guys. You had to rap like Slick Rick. You had to be in a group like Run DMC. You had to start. Was LL Cool J in like the 80s, late 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
What's
LL
this?
Cool J, you
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
rap like him,
Yeah,
or and it was tough back then. But then you think of female MCs back then: Roxanne Shante, MC Light, Queen Latifah,
yeah.
JJ
Woo!
Fad, Salt and Peppa.
Woo!
Um, dude,
Push it.
yeah, like hella. I think there were like a decent amount of like female MCs, but like no one. I guess that time period it was a little different because the music they made was a little different. Back then it was like more. You were kind of judged more on your bars, your rhyme schemes, how what your flow was like, your cadence, like all of that.
Hmm.
You think so?
I believe so, man. I believe the 80s was the birth of female MCs.
Hmm.
Roxanne Shante, she considers herself as a battle rapper.
Dude, she was
And
because
yeah.
I forgot shit. Uh, I forgot who it was, but she basically battled the whole fucking crew. She called
Yeah,
out a whole fucking crew.
yeah, dude. Man, Roxanne, like, dude, that documentary we watch, man, it's
Hmm.
some like real ass shit. And definitely when we post these videos, bro, I will definitely connect you guys with some game because I don't know why I never saw this. I never saw this documentary. I don't know why. I don't know why nobody really talked about it, back then. But man, it opened my eyes to a lot of things. Like Roxanne Shante was, I respect her because like she was willing to battle anybody at any time without any fear, right? There was like, she had to, like, when she was performing, she just wore what she had on because it
Hmm.
wasn't really about style back then. It was really about how well you spit and rhyme and if you can beat that person in a battle. And dude, I respect her so fucking much, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy, like how she thought. Because, bro, I mean, that's how it was back in the day. You really had to be better than the other person. It was a battle rap. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah, I mean that's what it was like back then. If you wanted to be the best, you had to let everyone know you were the best, and at any time, anyone could call you out.
Yeah.
Yo, dude. Yo, someone in the chat, I don't know who this is, but said you got no bars in Fall Guys, and
Well, what's up, Stefan? How you doing, bro?
uh,
Oh, that's
yo,
real funny. That's real funny. I got total bars.
I don't know, man. You haven't won yet, right?
I haven't won yet. Okay.
Uh,
Oh,
um,
damn it! You said that on Twitch. Jesus.
yeah, but yeah, dude, Roxanne was dope, and then like that's kind of what I loved about that era.
Yeah, that
Yeah, just kind of
man.
like you had to be ready, you had to be on your toes, you just gotta be down to battle, freestyle, writtens, whatever. Like this was what people talk about the golden era. This is the golden era of hip hop. It was in probably the mid late '80s going into the '90s up until the early 2000s, and then that's where things people say fell off. But you know, I I could that's debatable.
That is definitely. Of course, we gotta give props to the '80s.
Yeah.
Like I always give props to everybody because the '80s, like I said, birth women MC, like MC Light. MC Light, man, MC Light. I give credit to MC Light because she had to change her whole voice because she talked like like a
Yeah.
whispering voice, very quiet voice. But when she raps like really aggressive and aggression. She said in the interview on the documentary that she had to rhyme from her stomach all the way up because that's
Hmm.
how she can get that hard rush voice, that
Yeah.
harsh voice. You know what I'm saying? To have even be taken seriously, and that's and to my eyes, like it kind of sucks when women have to say that because I would take women seriously with all the bars because there's a lot of women MCs that would definitely like kill all these men MCs. Like half the men MCs that put out music, women MCs will fucking kill them for sure.
Oh, no
Like
doubt, dude. No doubt.
there's no question about it.
There's yeah, like you said, because one of the things, and this is a little off subject, but one of the hardest things for me to get into whenever I listened to, like, at least back then, was listening to rappers that like weren't black, like say for like Asian rappers or something. You didn't have that deep voice, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't have that like deep bassy voice, and then it was always difficult to like take people seriously because they didn't sound like other rappers, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
it's the same thing like you said with MC Light. She had to change her voice, you know. She spoke softly, you know, and for her she had to copy like Kumo D or someone, you know, or like Rakim, and then just come out and, you know, with your chest, you know, and everything.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much that women have to go through in hip hop,
Yeah.
and it sucks. It sucks really bad because women are strong. They're like the strongest people on the fucking earth, and I definitely no question about it. If you disagree with me, then you hate women. I'm just gonna speak fact because those times when she said MC Light that says there may have been times when promoters didn't want to pay me what I deserved. She has described the scene in its early days as competitive and skill based, but not without a gender bias.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, Light MC Light was the dopest MC, I
I mean,
believe. One of my top favorite MCs.
no, absolutely. And another great one, everyone knows her, Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah.
Yeah,
Yeah, if
before
you
she was
know her
making
as an
movies.
actress, yeah, if you know her as an actress and not a rapper,
Uh,
you're too young for us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because Queen Latifah was the prior was a dope MC. You know,
Dude,
not a lot of people know
it was crazy because like so like early back then, Queen Latifah was part of like this collective, the Native Tongues crew,
that.
right? And then that composed of like the Jungle Brothers, De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest. You know,
Hmm.
like these great, like world renowned now like hip hop groups. And you think of Queen Latifah like coming out there and holding her own, and then she's during this time, like, it wasn't cool to be black. Like, no one embraced their roots, no one knew where they came from. And then here, like, in the documentary we were watching about, everyone was saying, yo, here's Queen Latifah coming out wearing like a head wrap, wearing,
Yeah,
like all these distinct things from like Africa. And she fucking owned that shit, and
exactly.
then she was dropping bars, but then she was also kind of in that realm, like socially conscious realm. But it was fucking dope, and no one like said anything. But then also that time period, that's what people were rapping about, dude.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
that was the thing to rap about.
Latifah made a name for herself talking about issues in the lives of
Hmm.
Black women. Like songs like "Lady First" and "Unity," which discuss domestic violence, street harassment, and the needs for buildings between females, made the New Jersey native a powerful voice for change.
Oh shit,
And
she was
that's
from
that.
Jersey.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it was crazy. Like, it's it's funny,
Hmm.
because man, she was the voice. She was definitely the voice when she came out. I mean, she's been in the game for so damn long. And you got to give her flowers. You know, I mean, what else is to say? I mean, a lot of people know her as an actress, but man, if you listen to her rhymes, you listen to like her style and everything, she was a dope fucking MC, bro.
Yeah.
Dope MC.
I mean, and then also like this is bridging the gap. So like another dope. This is a duo, Salt and Peppa. Like
Hmm.
I always think of their music videos, and I thought like that shit was like so fun. Like I remember growing up, like my mom and like my aunts and my like older cousins and shit. They'd always like talk about like, oh, what you know about this shit? This is shit I was listening to when I was growing up, and in high school, and like they'd like do all the dances and shit like that. And I was like, dude, that was so dope because growing up music videos weren't like that for us.
No, definitely
Like the
not.
way that females were depicted in music videos now versus then, like totally fucking different. And the time period I'm talking about is like late 80s, like 85 to like probably like 1990.
Exactly, exactly. Salt and Pepper was basically the first, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the first lady group was talking about their desires and their sexuality. While demanding respect, preaching
Hmm.
feminist values, and speaking out against assaults and discrimination.
Yeah, they basically said like, yo, it was cool for us to talk about, you know, being open about our sexuality and everything, but at the same time, it's all, I'm rapping about real shit. I'm speaking about like facts, and then at the same time, like they could do that, they could drop like a serious band, like a serious ass song, but then at the same time, the next thing could be like a dance hit. And I thought like that was so fucking dope. And the whole era, how they dressed and everything, their style and like just like their whole like the whole swagger and everything, like it was just fucking dope. But
Yeah, their music videos was dope. Just
yeah, yeah, they were, dude.
like back then, man, like it got the music videos like were like dope to watch.
Yeah,
You know, it's fun to watch. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, your homie in the chat brought up a good point. Like being a female rapper back then or MC, it's kind of like, just say you're Asian now and you want to like make it big and you want to transition. Like you weren't really accepted in the media and it wasn't cool, to be Asian. But then now it's like it's more accepted, and we're slowly getting in there. And
No,
like,
yeah.
great point, great point. But going back to it now in the '90s, moving forward. So when you think '90s, who are like the biggest names you think of? You already mentioned one with Lauryn Hill, and the other one I would say was Lil Kim, and another one,
Foxy Brown,
Foxy Brown,
Missy Elliott.
Missy Elliott.
I
Was
believe
Missy
Missy
Elliott
Elliott.
in the '90s? I felt like a lot of her songs, a lot of her hits were always like kind of like that early 2000s.
Nah, she was definitely in the
All right, she's
nice with
definitely in the
super
'90s.
super Du-
Yeah.
super super duper fly. I believe that was like her first single when she was like dressed into like that fucking garbage bag, that black garbage bag. Everybody
Riding the
remembers.
little fucking like kid
Yeah,
SUV Jeep thing. Yo, that music video was
yeah.
hard.
I can't stand the rain. That
Yeah.
bro. No, I think those four women that we mentioned: Lauryn Hill, Foxy Brown, Lil Kim, Missy Elliott. If you can't, I think those they dominated the '90s. Like, if you really can't think of those ladies that dominated the '90s, like you're thinking the wrong '90s. Those ladies dominate as an MC, like a female MC in the '90s
Yes.
for sure.
And then also, you think about it, they all had a very different approach with hip hop and their music. So, I guess we could start with, let's say, Foxy Brown and Lil Kim, because they kind of have like very similar styles, you know? So,
Mm-hmm.
like, at the time, it wasn't cool to be a female rapper. You couldn't get any respect or anything. And that kind of brings me to like another question that I want to ask. Like, do women get respect in the rap game?
No,
No,
that's
straight
a
up.
plain answer. No, I don't think they get enough respect in
Yeah.
the rap game because it's a male dominant game, but
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people look down upon female MCs. But why?
Yeah.
Why are they not getting the respect that they deserve?
Mm-hmm.
They dominated the games for so damn long. Back we were just talking about the '80s, now we're into the '90s, and we're still talking about women. You know what I'm saying? The '90s are actually when women MC actually blew up even bigger. The '80s was just the start. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think they got the respect they needed. Not now, not back then, and there's something we need to change about that.
Yeah. And that kind of goes in with like these two female rappers that we're talking about, with Foxy Brown and like Lil Kim. They made it cool to talk about sex. They made it cool to talk about like all these things that you would never hear on the radio. You wouldn't hear like, now it's normal. Now you hear like Cardi B, Mega Stallion, City Girls, Nicki Minaj. You hear them talk about like all Trina. You hear them talk about like like all these raps just about sex and like fucking and like just like shaking their ass and everything, right? And it was because of Lil Kim and Foxy Brown. Like, and I say they're the same, but then they're also a little different, because with Foxy Brown, she always rapped like that. That was her. Like, she didn't give a fuck. If she wanted to be nasty, she wanted to like rap like that, she'd do it. She wasn't really controlled under a label or anything. She could be herself. Versus where Lil Kim, what was Lil Kim part of? Bad Boys. And who was
Bad
running
boy,
Bad Boys? Like Puff,
Puff,
and at the
Biggie at the
time,
time.
yeah, and Biggie. And I felt like with Lil Kim, maybe she was rapping a certain type of way, but they created this image of her. Like, they molded her into the persona that everyone knows her to be.
Yeah. Biggie, just letting you guys know, Biggie found Lil Kim. All right.
Mhm.
So Lil Kim spit a couple bars to Biggie. Biggie was like, it's okay, not too bad. Rap a little sexier, rap a little, feminine, do this, do that, slow it down. You know what I'm saying? Like Biggie saw something in Lil Kim.
Mhm.
I believe Lil Kim started the whole sexual rap, the whole I'm still an MC, but I could rap about this, rap about that. You know what I'm saying? And make it sound good. I mean, you got to give props to Lil Kim for sure. Biggie, I believe, I mean, she was like the second coming of Biggie almost. You know what I'm saying? Because Biggie
Oh,
molded her into
pretty.
something. And yeah, I
You
believe
think
so
so?
because you got to give kudos to Lil Kim.
Oh, absolutely.
You got to get songs like "Crush on You," "How Many Licks," "Majestic," "Lighters Up." Like the jump off. Do you remember the jump off, Kyle? That man, that whoa, dude, that dude. I don't know, but Little Kim had changed the game
Mhm.
after that. Everybody wanted to be like Little Kim. Everyone wanted to rap like Little Kim. Like you said, like the Cardis, the Meg Thee Stallions, the Trinas, the City Girls. If it wasn't for Little Kim, they would never been born in my
Mhm.
eyes. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong about this. People have to have um their comments about that, but dude, Lil Kim, I mean, crushed the game. Like she was on the Get Money track with Biggie. Like her verses were on there were sick as fuck, bro. It was just something that the '90s needed. They needed from the boom bap era in the '80s.
Mhm.
The '90s needed a little more flair, and they're more all right. Look, what can we do to like speed things up? What can we do to make money? What can we do to put the ratings up?
Yeah.
I mean, have Foxy Brown, Lil Kim up there. You know what I'm saying? Like it was I don't know. It was definitely a special moment
Yeah.
in the '90s.
And I just want to clarify, like we're talking about like women rapping about sex and being open about their sexuality and everything, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's great that it's like empowering. You should be able to rap about those things. You should be able to like own up to it. Like even here, Lil Kim, she did an interview with like Billboard magazine Billboard back in like 2014. She was talking about how the record company didn't understand a female rapper being sexy. They thought everyone needed to look and sound like MC Light, wear suits and all that. But instead she was draped out in like mink coats, diamonds, lacy lingerie, everything. Like she just embraced that feminine sexual aesthetic, and then she owned that shit. And like
Yeah,
I think that's fucking great. And she didn't give a fuck about what like we thought, as males. Like they didn't give a shit. She didn't give a shit about that. All she needed was just be herself, be whoever she felt that she needed to be. And through that image, she gained all this money, all this success, all the power, and she's able to do whatever the fuck she wants now.
exactly.
You know,
I mean,
and sorry,
oh no, go ahead, man.
but then also like Lil Kim. Without Lil Kim, there would not be a lot of female rappers right now in this current generation, and I'm pretty sure people can guess about some some of the people that we're talking about or referring to.
Exactly. So I mean, with Lil Kim and Foxy Brown both dominated the game sexually, talking about the sexuality, being an independent woman. You know, at the time, it was getting tiring. Not
Hmm.
because it was talked about, but hip hop needed a break from that. And in the documentary, the lady was like, "Yeah, even nymphos need a break, like one break, right? Because
Hmm.
they're always talking about sex, sexuality.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody loved it. Everybody ate that shit up.
Hmm.
But hip hop needed a break, and that's when Lauryn Hill came in,
Oh,
a
hip hop's
fucking
gem.
sweet soul, a gem, bro, a
Yeah.
fucking gem that came in. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a break that was needed. It was something that Lauryn Hill gave out that people loved. She was
Hmm.
on the Fugees album, critically acclaimed. That was the first taste of Lauryn Hill that we got from the Fugees album.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what fellow Fuji Wyclef Jean acknowledged it himself in a verse on 1996 The Score. The magazine said the girls should have went solo. The guys should have stopped rapping, vanished like Menudo. that meant something, right? That
Mm-hmm.
meant like Wyclef was like, Lauryn Hill needs her own fucking album.
Yeah,
It don't matter. She can leave the Fugees. Fuck the Fugees, right? She can make her own fucking album. And that's how powerful she was, you know what I'm saying? The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
dude, such a good fucking album. Such a good fucking album. And it's timeless. And when I say it's timeless, it's you can listen to it right now and everything that she talks about in that album is like applicable to the current generation right now. Like it's a timeless piece of art.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it
And
was. Oh,
and
go ahead.
I was just gonna say like what's crazy about Lauryn Hill and I think is so great about her is Lauryn Hill could be like Lil Kim and Foxy Brown, you know, super sexy, embracing her sexuality, feminine side. She did, but then she was also kind of like you think of like Queen Latifah or MC Light. She was a rapper who could fucking rap, but was also socially conscious. You know, was down for the movement, was down for the people. But at the same time, you know, she was still like hood as fuck. Like no one would question where she was from. No one would question like her on the streets or anything, right? She was the embodiment of everybody, of everything into like one person. And, you know,
Yeah,
to prove that, you know, she was that good, that album went platinum like 5 times.
fucking amazing, bro. With songs like Doo Wop, X Factor, Everything is Everything, Turn Your Lights Down Low. I mean, X Factor, I think this is it, but Drake sampled that song for Nice for What? Bro,
Oh,
like,
really?
come on, like,
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
yeah, dude. I mean, Lauryn Hill was an amazing artist, and she only made one album, of course. She did release an album. She hasn't released an album since the 2007 compilation. It was on the MTV live show, I believe. She put out a couple songs that are like kind of unfinished and everything. Something wrong with like the Sony track, the Sony deal. But what every woman MC respects about Lauryn Hill
Mm-hmm.
was that she wanted to do it on her own. She was like, fuck Sony, fuck everybody. I want to do how I want to do it. And
Yeah.
that's how women in the 80s, the 90s, 2000s, whatever the case may be, that's how they saw Lauryn Hill as a fucking independent woman. Like I'm like you said, like the miseducation of Lauryn Hill. If you listen to it today, it's a classic. It's definitely a classic, and
Absolutely.
that's what I believe Questlove said. There was a quote in that documentary which he said that um let me see. With Lauryn Hill's absence, it's just very, very quiet in here. One person's decade-long break is another movement's drought or tsunami. Questlove said that in the documentary, and he actually choked up because like greatness stopped after one album. What if we got the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill too? What if we got multiple albums? What if we got that? What if it's so
I,
many what
I,
ifs with Lauryn Hill?
I feel like that was also part of the problem though. Like people were expecting another Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, like the set two, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I feel that whenever, as an artist, when you make a piece of art, when you make an album, what all the songs that you put on that album are whatever you're feeling at that time. Those are all your emotions. That's your journey through life. Whatever. That's all composed and put in that album, and then it's done, and then you kind of move on, right? And then it's on to the next thing. But maybe whatever she was going through, and she was going through a lot because she was becoming a mother. There was the issues with Sony. There was just she was like she had like the whole fucking world in her hand, right? And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes that pressure, that stress, that's just too much. And
Mm-hmm.
then you also have like all these people coming at you, it's like, yo, when's the next album? When's all this? And it's like, yo, dude, like, just yo, chill. Can you let me live? And it just ultimately there was like a lot of different things that kind of led to just her kind of just walking away. And like you said, when she did that MTV, the unreleased uh, MTV on the compilation album, and
Yeah.
like everyone said, like, oh, dude, like that shit wasn't even good, and it's just like everything. It sounded like a work in progress, and can you imagine? It's just like, yo, dude, like I was working on all this music and everything, and like I finally give you something, and like this is what you say, like fuck y'all, deuces.
Yeah, I mean, she can do that. I mean, that's because she's Lauren Hill. You know what I'm
One,
saying? Like, it's one of the best. You know what I'm saying? Like we said in the beginning, bro, women MCs are the strongest people in the fucking world.
yeah,
You don't know how much pressure or how much shit they had to go through in
mm-hmm.
order to get into the game. You know how much criticism, how much everything affects them. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they're the strongest people in the fucking universe, in the earth. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And sorry, but like I just want to say this. One of my biggest regrets is missing her when she performed at Rock the Bells, one of the last Rock the Bells here in the Bay Area.
Ah, fuck! I wish you didn't tell me
Yeah,
that.
one of my biggest regrets. And I think she might have been there for one of the Hyro days. I don't remember.
You could be right.
I
I
could
feel like she was. I feel like she was there with Guapole. I
oh,
feel like I don't
possibly.
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
possibly.
But going on to the next rapper, Missy Elliott. Who does not fuck with Missy Elliott?
Missy Elliott is a fucking goddess. She is, man. I don't know. It's really hard to explain because man, she did a lot of fucking work for a lot of people, bro. A lot of people. You got Jodeci, Genuine, Aaliyah, Timbaland, bro. The list goes on. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Missy wouldn't have the career she had if it wasn't for Timbaland. I'm just gonna say that right now.
No, definitely right.
Yeah,
Definitely right.
a lot of people
But
wouldn't
she,
have the careers they had if it wasn't for Timbaland.
a lot of people. But Missy Elliott didn't make a name for herself, bro.
That's
You know what I'm
true.
saying?
And you also think of like her hits that are also, I feel, timeless. You think of like Super Duper Fly, Get Your Freak On, Work It. Um,
1 Minute Man, Gossip Folks.
yeah.
Oh, with Ludacris. Woo!
Oh,
Man.
it,
Oh, her music videos are fucking sick. You gotta admit
dude,
that. Her music videos
her
out.
that's what I'm saying because her music videos are kind of like throwback to like what the old 80s like music videos were. They were just like kind of crazy out there, they were super fun, like not super fucking serious, right? And also
Yeah.
she was the polar opposite of like Foxy Brown and Lil Kim, where everything was like super overly sexualized and everything. Like you said earlier, everyone remembers her for wearing the fucking trash bag,
Yeah.
and like just wearing baggy clothes and everything. And it's just like she didn't need all that because her fucking bars spoke for herself. All her music was super fun.
Yeah, I totally agree on that because I mean she dressed in like Adidas tracksuits. She
Yeah,
dressed in baggy pants. She dressed in cartoonish silhouettes and bright colors. She added comedy to her musical genre, and people fuck with it really, really hard. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
It what during a time period like transitioning from like the 90s into the early 2000s, everything was like super fucking serious because that
Yeah.
was like when gangster rap was like super popular and blowing up and everything. You had like the whole wave going on in the East Coast in LA, and then here you have Missy just like having fun, and I think people really gravitate towards that.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Missy Elliott, one of the best in the fucking game. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, The Rain, Super Duper Fly, like that's like iconic because she's wearing a fucking trash bag, like a dark trash bag as a fucking clothes. Like it's man, it's just one of those things. Like I don't know. I feel like she wanted to bring the '80s back when she was dressing in like baggy pants, tracksuits, and everything.
Absolutely,
I feel like she was like, you know what? I have to give respect to the '80s because that's where the '80s were. Women MC were born, and let
totally.
me just dress it up and let me just respect it
Yeah.
because you have to respect the culture.
Hmm.
You have to give props. You have to give your flowers to the people that brought you to this world because without those women MCs, maybe there won't be women MCs in the '90s. You know what I'm saying? Because the '90s is when it blew up. When it blew up, you know what I'm saying? And Missy made a name for herself. She got the Van Gogh Music Award for like for the longest career. Like she has
Oh
made,
shit, really?
yeah, she made shit happen. Like only I think Kanye West, Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears, and Missy Elliott has those awards. I
Oh,
believe so.
those are all
Uh,
great names. That's great
exactly,
company.
exactly. So Miss, you can't really not talk about Missy Elliott. You know what I'm
You know,
saying? Because
you know what's hella fucking upsetting? Um, Me and Robin were at like a show, probably like a year ago, and
mm-hmm.
then the DJ played a Missy Elliott song. It was "Get Your Freak On," right? And
Uh-huh.
Robin knows like the whole fucking song, so she was spitting one of the verses, and like these little ass, they're not kids, but like a fucking what, like 20, 19, 20 or whatever, right? We're like,
Mm.
oh, dude, you're so cool. Like, how do you know all that and stuff? And Robin looked at them and was just like, what the fuck do you mean? How do I know this? Do you not know this song? And like, she got offended. She was like, I'm about to beat this little kid up. Like, the fuck?
Oh man, get your freak out. Dude, I love that song, man. That's a dope ass choreo song, bro. She did she did a lot of music for a lot of B boys and B girls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can attest to that as a former B boy, still B boy, current B boy.
As soon as my parents move out the house, yes, I could
Oh.
definitely start breakdancing because my garage is full right now.
A hard
but
ass
yes,
garage in the
but
desert.
yes, still b boy in heart, you know.
Yeah. Um. So there was kind of like a drought in the early mid 2000s, going all the way up until about 2009 ish, right? Because Missy
Yes.
Elliott was holding it down. A lot of these songs she released was like late 90s, early 2000s, but there was a period of time where there were no female rappers that were popping. And do you feel that the industry, that record labels had it out for them, or what's your opinion on that?
So I learned this on the documentary. I learned a lot on this documentary. Like I said, when we finish this video, I'm dropping the link. I don't give a fuck, watch it or not. You know what I'm saying? But the industry is so fucked up to women. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like these industry people, these labels did not want to sign women. And do you know why? Because it will be so damn fucking expensive.
Yeah, you think about it, because they said that compared to a male, to be a female rapper, you basically need the whole like package, and you need all the little extras and everything, right? So you need a hairstylist 24/7. You need makeup artist 24/7. You can't be rocking the same fucking outfit. Back then, what was the most popular thing for dudes? You could rock fucking blue jeans, white tees, and some fucking Air Forces, right? Or you know, jerseys. That was super popular back then.
Yeah.
Wearing like jerseys and everything, super baggy clothes, super baggy pants.
Yeah. I mean, if you needed a haircut, you just go to the barber. It takes
Mm.
about 1 hour to get your fucking haircut. You
But
know, you want to fly, but
it wasn't the same for females. And record labels were pretty much like, yo, we're spending like $10,000 to get them ready for like one show. And they're touring like the entire US, and like, they're gonna hit like 60 cities, and then after that, they're gonna tour, in like Europe and Asia and shit. And that's gonna cost even more money. Like, it's not worth it. At the end of the day, they were just like, you know, females weren't going to make them any money. So because of that, they're just going to drop them, or they weren't going to sign them, put them on the back burner.
yeah, it's crazy. Like I did not think about that. Like labels really think that if you weren't unique or didn't have that sound, you wasn't gonna sell records, and we were gonna lose money because all the shit we had to do for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's fucked up because what if you have to take a chance in order to be successful? If you don't take a chance, then you have those what ifs.
Hmm.
You know, with what if there was like more women MCs that we don't know about that they didn't have a chance because labels didn't want to sign them because they didn't want to spend the money.
There are tons. There are hundreds of fucking female rappers that we don't know about, that flew under the radar, that's still probably holding it down in the underground right now. Because yeah, everyone wants to be famous. Everyone wants to make money off this, but at the end of the day, you're creating art, and a lot of people are doing it for the fucking art. And transitioning now, so we're moving on from the 90s, early 2000s, and we're transitioning to close to the 2010s. And right when we're talking about how female rappers can't catch a break, no one really signed them, in comes the most famous, I wouldn't say that, yeah, one of the most famous female rappers, Nicki Minaj.
Mm-hmm.
Out of
Mm-hmm.
nowhere, she signed with Young Money, Lil Wayne, who was the biggest rapper at that time. I don't care what
Yes.
anyone says. Wayne was running shit from 2004 all the way up until probably about like 2012. Wayne was running shit, and they also signed Drake.
Yes. That's freaking crazy. Lil Wayne found both of them.
Yeah.
Amazing. Give props to that. But yeah, Nicki Minaj, man. Nicki Minaj been in the game for 10 plus years. She came back. What was the first song you remember from her?
My my first Nicki Minaj song was probably the what was it? Um the one with Drake, Wayne, Lil Caesar, uh
Oh, was it
uh Bedrock
Oh,
or
Bedrock?
yeah,
Yeah.
her
Okay,
verse on
okay.
that. But that was a trash verse. My favorite Nicki Minaj verse was probably her verse on Monster.
Woo!
That
Pull
was
up at the
probably
jug that's that.
that was the hardest Nicki verse ever.
Bro, I mean, yeah, no, definitely. That was man, she out rhymed. Let's name the people on that fucking track. She out rhymed Kanye West. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, Rick Ross barely had a verse. You got
Ross
Jay
was like
Z.
Andrew. Oh,
You
hold
got
on, pause,
Jay
pause.
Z. Jay Z on that.
Yes, she rhymed better than Jay Z, but to be honest, that Jay Z verse was fucking trash.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
That
definitely.
Jay Z verse was hands down trash, and it's super fucking cringy if you think about it now. I just want you to go look it up on Rap Genius or whatever, and look at that fucking Jay Z verse, and then listen to the song. It is, bro, it's yo. Shout
But
out Lucas in the chat. Moment for Life was also another really good song.
oh yeah, definitely. Moment
Yeah,
for that. Oh man, moment for that. Yeah,
yeah.
that was a dope ass song. But man,
So,
if I don't know, maybe it could be arguably the best rap she had. Monster was fucking lit. Like you can't think of Monster without thinking Nicki Minaj.
yeah.
I heard people really just forwarded all the way to the Nicki Minaj part because that was the best part. I mean,
Oh man, shit.
she had Roman and Nicki Minaj. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? She had two counterparts, and she ripped it on both of them. She was talking to herself.
She had a lot of like alter egos, and that was kind of like the thing I didn't really understand about Nicki Minaj at the time because
Mm-hmm.
she had a bunch of different alter egos, and she also released the same album like four times.
Yeah, I was me and you were looking up. We
Yeah,
were very
we were.
confused. We were like, wait, hold on, which one's like the real album?
Yeah, so when we were doing the research for this episode, and we kind of wanted originally we just wanted to pick a pick a female rapper and then kind of just break down the discography. And we were just gonna start with Nicki Minaj. And when we were looking at her discography, I was just like, why is there an album named Roman's Revenge or Roman like five times, four or five
Yeah,
times?
it's like Romans Reloaded,
Yeah,
Romans this, I'm like, bro, holy crap, this is crazy. Like, I did not know she came out with this much shit in one album.
but Nicki has like one of the craziest fan bases. That's like pretty much like a fucking cult following, dude.
The
Like,
Barbies,
do
the
not fuck with the
Barbs.
Barbies. I don't want no beef. I don't want no smoke with the Barbies.
Oh, definitely not.
It's
It's crazy because I think my favorite, like when she first came out or she didn't came out, was she remixed the Warning song, Notorious B.I.G. song. Remember that when I
Yeah,
showed you
yeah,
that
you
one?
showed me that, and like I didn't even know. I thought Nicki was rapping the way she currently raps forever. I didn't know that she was rapping like that before she signed to Young Money.
Yeah, bro. It's funny, man, because I want to say this out. The media knows that sex sells,
Hmm.
correct?
Yeah.
So Nicki Minaj rapped hardcore. I love that shit. Like she rapped like gangsta ass shit.
Hmm.
She was like repping her city and everything. But the media knows that sex sells, bro. And that's so crazy that she switched up her whole thing to like sell records, this and that, which is not a problem at all.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Women have a choice to switch it up, whether they like it or not. But I feel like the media really pushed that like hardcore rap shit like aside
Hmm.
and made her and mold her into like a pop symbol. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, she went pop with Bees in the Trap, Starships. I feel like in that time and era,
Starships.
Nicki Minaj was like in order to make more money,
Mm-hmm.
let me make some EDM tracks. Let me put this shit into like these EDM DJs and play them for the fucking the raves and everything. Because at the time Nicki Minaj was in the game, that's when the raves started. You know what I'm saying? That's when like everybody started going to the raves,
Mm-hmm.
partying and everything. That was the whole rave movement. And I think she was that's pretty fucking smart in my fucking eyes
Oh yeah,
to have.
absolutely. Why would you not capitalize on that whole wave and make as much fucking money as you can? Charge a fucking 100,000 for a feature. Don't even gotta like really try to write any real rhymes or whatever. It's just gotta be catchy. You know, do the fucking hook or whatever. Why not get fucking paid? You can't fucking blame anyone for that shit. You know, that's fucking smart.
Exactly. So I mean, dude, Nicki Minaj can rap and rhyme because people were like, oh, you know what, she can't do this, do that. But look, if you look back at the old fucking shit, bro, she had rhymes for days.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
even the current, even her current like songs that she's making right now, like I'm not super into them, but I'm not gonna say that she can't fucking rap, you know. And in her case, I kind of felt like it was almost like a Lil Kim. I know when she was like blowing up, they were making a lot of like parallels. You know, they were saying Nicki Minaj is like Lil Kim 2.0 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I also thought when you mentioned how like Puffy and like Biggie, they kind of really molded Lil Kim into this person. I kind of thought it was like the same thing with like Young Money, how Wayne was trying to like, how Wayne was pretty much kind of just molding her to be this person, you know, like this sex icon or whatever. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
I really don't know how I feel about that because I feel like that's really fucked up and, you know, it's not right. And that leads to like a whole nother fucking issue. But at the
Definitely.
same time, you know, it could also be her, just like Lil Kim saying that, you know, the label thought I have to be like this, but really I want to be like this. And if I could be like this and still be dope, which in her case she was, because she was rapping about everything she's rapping about, but she got a flow. You know, she has
Mm-hmm.
a certain cadence and it's fucking dope.
Exactly. She has this whole energy, and I feel like people don't give enough credit for her because people know that she went pop and then she sold out. But in reality, I think Nicki Minaj can really definitely wrap circles around these fools. If you remember the BET cipher, she was with
I
I
don't think I've seen
think
that.
with Joe Budden, Nicki Minaj, but man, she went off on that one. I think it was like 2011. That's when she first came out with their Pink Friday album.
Hmm.
She was killing on that. I mean,
Oh, that album was
yeah,
that album was hot.
yeah. I mean, Nicki Minaj is an underrated MC,
Hmm.
and I give props for her because I mean, without like I said, I give props to Lil Kim first. Without Lil Kim, there'd be no Nicki Minaj. Without Nicki Minaj, there'd be no Cardi B. I believe. You know what I'm saying? I know people got their reviews on it, but that's just how it goes. I mean, you can't not really hate on Nicki, you know, because she making some really like money moves. Like she knows how the game works. She knows what she has to do. But at the
Hmm.
same time, you know what I'm saying? I think if she would want to, she would go back to her roots as a MC.
She probably could. She probably can. You know, it just depends where you are. But then also at the same time, maybe that she was just over that part of her life. You know,
Mhm.
maybe for all we know, maybe she was rapping how that old style of rapping. Maybe she was just rapping like that because that's what you had to sound like. That's how you needed to rap to make it. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
and then you also got to think of where she's from. She's from Queens. She's from New York. You
Hmm.
know, so you know you gotta rap like other dudes from New York. That's how everyone from New York raps.
Exactly. No, I
Yeah.
definitely give. Yeah.
But you know, it's like you said. You know, Lil Kim and Foxy Brown, they set the blueprint for Nicki Minaj. You know, Nicki Minaj and y- Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, City Girls. They're able to have the careers that they have now because of the predecessors. You know, every generation lays out the foundation and the groundwork for the next generation, which I think is super fucking dope. You know, and we're talking about like Meg Thee Stallion and like Cardi B, and I guess because I feel like a lot of their music is like very similar, and you know I might catch some flack for that because you know I don't really listen to them too much. You know, besides the I guess the radio hits, all the bangers and everything.
Yeah, yeah. Like Hot Girl Summer was
Yeah.
Meg Stallion. I think Cardi B
Yo,
is
hot
Bodak
girl.
Yellow.
Yeah,
Bodak
Bodak
Yellow
Yellow.
was the first #1 hit from a female in a long, maybe in the first
Oh,
time,
for
not
like
even
the
a long time,
Billboard.
maybe the first fucking time. Yeah.
Yo, that
Um.
that Bodak Yellow song, so like at that time I was like super into raving, uh, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I would hear that so many fucking times. DJs would drop that fucking track. Like every DJ would play that track at least once every night, and then you ended up hearing the song like 5, 6 times a night, and it's like, oh, what the fuck. But every time it came on, it was like the most lit shit ever.
Yeah, I mean, when every show that I went to, every rave, I went to Life is Beautiful, every set I went to at Life is Beautiful, they dropped it before an artist came out because that was the hot shit back
It
then. You
was
know what
the
I'm saying?
hype.
Like,
It gets everyone hyped. It gets
it,
dudes hyped, you know?
exactly. It was the theme song for women. I
Yeah.
don't think a woman or women had a theme song for a long time for themselves, and I feel like Cardi B made that shit happen. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like Cardi B that much, but I do agree with her
Mm-hmm.
at some point because Cardi B, when she dropped WAP with Make the Stallion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody was giving her criticism because it was talking about sexual things like your pussy,
Mm-hmm.
ass, sex, and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But Cardi B made a good fucking point.
Mm-hmm.
And if I find that video, I'm gonna post that shit up again. But Cardi B was like, you know what? You guys are complaining about this shit, this and that, because I talk about my body, talk about my pussy, whatever. But when I drop some real ass shit, I didn't hear no fucking noise. I didn't hear nothing. You guys are not supporting me. And she was like, yeah, when I came in the game, I was rapping some hard. Well, she was
She
like
was.
she
It
was
was like
spitting
some
some real ass
gangsta ass
hard.
shit, dude.
Yeah, she was spitting like a fucking true MC. But look, like I said before, the media knows sex sells,
Mm-hmm.
so they have to. I feel like Cardi B was pushed into talking about all this shit. I feel like she wanted to be a conscious rapper. I feel like she
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be a hardcore MC, but the media was like, you know what? We're not digging this shit. You have to talk about something else, or we're fucking canceling you. You know what I'm saying? And Cardi B was like, you know, even with these women that talk about real ass shit, we are not supporting them. We are not giving them props. We're not giving them kudos. We are not like retweeting or like reposting their shit because they're not talking about their bodies, they're not talking about sex. They're talking about real ass shit. And that's why I respect Cardi B what she said because she knows the game. She knows that sex sells. She knows that if I talk about some real ass shit, I'm gonna lose fans. You know what I'm saying? So
No.
that opened my eyes because
Yo,
it's true.
facts. I think it was Trina who said this. It was, Trina is also another famous female rapper from like kind of that 2000s era, right?
Mm-hmm,
She's
mm-hmm,
from Miami. She rocked with Trick Daddy and everything. Um, she talked about how she raps like a lot of over sexualized things, like a lot of nasty things, because one, that's her, and then that, it's a form of empowerment for her, because she's comfortable with her body, like all these female rappers that rap about these things, it's a form of empowerment for them because it's like, yo, I don't give a fuck what you think about me and my body and what I do with it and everything. Like, fuck you, and like that's
mm-hmm.
fucking dope. But she talks about how, pretty much like what Cardi said before Cardi said it was that, I'm rapping about these things because the hip hop community, a lot of its fans are more male orientated, predominantly male. So a lot of guys, they're not going to be able to connect with what she's talking about, and then if they rap about some real shit and they start talking about how like dudes ain't shit, like no guy's gonna fucking listen to that. Most guys won't listen to that. I'll fucking turn them off. It's just like, yo, dude, I'm not gonna listen to this bitch talk about me. Like that's the fucking attitude that they would have. So
Exactly,
then she
man.
starts rapping about this and everything. So going on to my next question, you know, why don't we support female rappers who talk about some real shit? Who
Because if we want to hear some real shit, we'll go to a male artist, and that's a lot. That's a lot. That's what a lot of people say. If we want to hear some deep shit, we'll listen to a male artist, and that's kind of fucking sexist. You know what I'm saying?
uh, I
Uh,
think it's extremely sexist, and that's another thing I want to ask you. Do you feel that like hip hop is extremely sexist?
Yes.
And the way
Definitely.
that we depict women, we don't view that. I feel like a lot of times women aren't viewed as equals, but they're just viewed as almost like fucking property, dude.
Exactly. And it's so fucked up because I think men are scared that women will take over hip hop, and that's what they're scared about, and that's why they don't support women that talk about real shit because they're gonna dominate the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna dominate music as Rhapsody. Rhapsody is like one of my favorite MCs right now. She's been
Oh,
in the game for shit like 7 years plus, I believe.
yeah, damn near 10. She
She
was freshman 2013, 2012, I think.
yeah, 2012, 2013, I believe. And what I don't get, this has bothered me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So Rhapsody came out with an album called Eve.
Oh,
Okay, this came out 2019, last year.
by the way,
Now,
one of my top five picks for best albums of the year in 2019.
definitely mine as well too. I would describe it. Eve, you guys know where Eve is from. She's from the Rough Riders. She made that album because Eve is a strong black woman. She's a dope MC. If you look at the track list of Eve, you have Nina Simone, Cleo, Aaliyah, Oprah, Whoopi, Serena, Tyra, Maya. You have
Michelle
Michelle. You
Obama.
have Afeni Shakur. Now, if you don't get the fucking statement that Rhapsody is trying to prove, these are all strong black women that have succeeded in life, and
Yeah,
that she rhymes about each individual person.
yeah.
Like if you talk about Aaliyah, she raps about being a tomboy, being this
Mm-hmm.
as a lady, being fucking like dressing comfortably. You talk about she raps about Oprah, fucking talks about money, the whole fucking rhyme because Oprah has Oprah fucking money.
Oprah.
You got you
Yes.
got Nina Simone. She's talking about that. She's talking about like how strong Nina Simone was, how powerful she was. You know what I'm saying? Cleo, like the list goes on. But what I'm trying to say is that this album didn't get no respect. I didn't see
No,
nobody. I didn't see
nah,
nobody post about this album.
it didn't.
You know what I'm saying?
Out. I feel that like outside of kind of like that underground hip hop culture, people who really fuck with the music, really down for the culture. I felt that no one really fucked with it. I would say the album was successful because like me, people like me and you would talk about it, but there wasn't a lot of commercial success. And
Yes.
that's what people pay attention to, the commercial success of an artist, and but that's not what it's all about.
And it goes back to what Cardi B said. We are still, even though female MCs talk about real ass shit, we do not support them. We would, we would support Cardi and Meg Thee Stallion because they're talking about sex all the time. They're talking about this and that. But we don't give respect to the women that talk real ass shit that had a great fucking idea for an album. Like how many songs was it? It was like fucking 16 songs, and she was all talking about strong women in the fucking industry, And I don't know why it didn't get no fucking really no respect at all, and it kind of it hurts my heart. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Um,
love this album. I love everything about it.
and
And Rhapsody really just doesn't get enough respect in the game. I don't believe,
I mean, you know, me and you know exactly why it didn't sell, and like we always come back and we always say because like it's not a super over sexualized thing, but and like that's a bad thing. Like it is and it isn't, but then there are people who complain about female rappers who don't rap about like anything other than like fucking or sex or whatever, say that they have no substance. They find rappers like this, but then all of a sudden like it flips and it's just like, yo, I'm not gonna listen to her, she doesn't rap about anything I like. And it's just like, bro, you were just complaining about how there was no substance to the raps. You found someone that could actually fucking rap, and then now you're gonna say that you don't fucking listen to her because she doesn't fit your ideal image of like what they're supposed to look like.
Exactly.
Like it's just it's a deeper rooted issue, and it all comes down to kind of just like an issue that stems in just males, an issue with
So
men, or in my opinion at least.
yeah, it's deeper than rap.
Yeah,
I'll say.
it's um yeah, and like you brought it up too, the newest member, Chica. Like you put me on her, and like I haven't really dived into her discography yet or her music. Like I've listened to a couple songs here and there, but like I haven't given it a real listen. But yeah, dude, she got soul, dude. She
Yeah,
got
she got ball.
fucking bars, and she was what was it? There was this one song I think she was like talking about like Kanye West's like Jesus Walks.
Yeah, I think she's most famous for that freestyle she did with Jesus
Yeah,
Walks. She freestyled over it, and it was a dope ass freestyle. I mean, I even liked it, and I'm a big Kanye West fan. But she ripped the fuck out of Kanye West. Like,
yeah.
it's crazy. There was she came out with an EP called Industry Games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she instead of shying away from sensitive subjects, Chica works through them, breaking down personal afflictions and society woes on one rhyme at a time. There's this one song called Balenciagas. Bro, I don't know why, but man, it's so fucking dope how she put it through. She was like, um, I ain't asked you, but you seeing how they live, so they ain't have to, and the whole world is concentrating about your waistline. And mental health days makes you guilty because you waste time. I'm
Oh,
fighting everybody's demons but can't face mine. Baseline, you use all that pain and anger and just make rhymes. How am I uplifting my whole life but I still hate mines? How I get rich but I still get pissed about the money. Now everybody wants me to wear a fake smile. How am I supposed to fake a laugh when ain't shit funny?
oh,
Like, bro,
yo, that
dude, that one line I forgot. Let me see.
waste time,
Uh, yeah, that that
waistline,
waste time,
waistline.
bro. About your waistline and mental health days make you guilty because you waste time, bro. Like mental health days make you guilty because you waste time.
Mm-hmm.
You do waste time because of your fucking mental health, bro.
Yeah.
And like she hit that fucking spot. So what?
Mm-hmm.
Like how am I supposed to? How am I uplifting your whole life, but I still hate mines? You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy because it's like you want to make somebody else happy, but you still hate your life.
Yeah.
You want to uplift somebody else's life. And I believe, I believe Chica is gonna be a number one star, bro. Like I don't want people to sleep on her. You know what I'm saying? The industry would make you sleep on her because she doesn't have sex appeal. That's like fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And that's also subjective, dude. That's
yeah,
super subjective to like an individual. It just doesn't fit what record labels want to push. It doesn't fit their image.
no, definitely not. She got bars. Definitely got bars for sure. So I mean, she's on the freshman list this year. Don't sleep on her. I mean, she's probably going to be one of the best, I believe.
Yeah, fam, and I guess that kind of goes in with like everything we wanted to talk about. So, moving forward, do you think women will start gaining more respect in hip hop, or do you think the current trend for the past 2, 3 generations will just continue?
Uh, it's hard to say, man. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Women are the most powerful MCs, I believe. You know, some of them are more powerful than men MCs.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to get the respect? I hope so. I hope that I hope that labels will take them more seriously and know that women's MCs are here to stay. They've been here since the 80s. They
Mm-hmm.
birthed in the 90s. 2000s got a little rocky, but they came up with like a few MCs that are really good. Um, but you just got to give it up for them. They're the strongest people in the fucking industry. You know what I'm saying? They take so much shit for people because they are women. And that's
Facts.
really fucking sexist. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So if you don't think that, then we have a problem because women MCs, I'm gonna keep saying it. Women MCs are the strongest people on the fucking world because they take the most shit. And not a lot of
Absolutely.
people know that. The labels will hide everything and think that women have it easy in the industry. No, they don't. They have to make it on their own. They have to, think of ways to be different than other women MCs. They have to reinvent themselves. They even have to push aside the shit they want to put out because the media and the fans want different shit from them. You know what I'm saying?
It's
So
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you said. And with me, I also think that A lot of the issues just come down to the labels, the record labels, and the image that they're trying to push with people. And maybe it's wrong for me to just kind of push all the blame onto the labels, but at the end of the day, labels don't give a fuck about you. They care about money, dude. And what sells, sex sells. And when I say that, I don't want to say that it's wrong for women to rap about their rap about sex or sexuality and like owning up to that shit, because I think that that's fucking great. I think that's something they should do. The issue I have is that there's a certain narrative being pushed, and if you don't kind of push that narrative, if you don't fall into that category, you won't be heard of, and that's my issue. It's you shouldn't rate a rapper, an artist, based on their looks. You should base
Yes.
it on their bars, their raps, their rhyme schemes, the beats they make, the beats that they pick, like everything. It should be more than just looks. And sure, looks will have a big part of it because, what your image is and everything, but it's not everything, you know? And yeah, that's what I want to close it out on. Anything else you want to say, Lance, or?
Uh, yeah, I just want to say that you should respect women in the game. We should respect women in general because, women are powerful. Women know the game, know the ins and outs. I mean, definitely, literally respect women in any form of way. You know what I'm saying? Whether, I don't know, whether it's like music wise, relationships, anything. Women we should give women the most utmost respect because they're the most powerful beings in the world. And I just
Absolutely.
want to close that. Just want to close out on that.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Everyone that came in the live stream to join us.
Yep,
All the
appreciate you guys.
viewers, everyone in the chat, and where can we find you, Lance? What social media platforms?
Go on Instagram for Lance. Twitter is bboy silence. I think that's about it.
Yep. You can find me on Instagram at SenseiVo. This stream will be uploaded onto my YouTube. You can catch it at It's Vovo, or you can hit up the SoundCloud link that I will have up on my Instagram and Lance will have up in his Instagram. That's where we post the audio. Yeah, we're trying to be more consistent with this. We did an episode last week about mental health. You should be seeing the video and the audio up soon. And with this one, the video should be up tonight and the audio sometime this week or early next week. And maybe tune in next Thursday and we'll have another episode out.
Should we give them a sneak peek of what we're going to talk about next week?
Oh, yo, dude. So, y'all fuck with Gucci. Y'all fuck with Jeezy. Y'all fuck with Luda, Lil Jon, T.I.
Waka Flocka.
Waka Flocka. Rick Ross fall in that category?
Rick Ross?
Yeah, but that's a little ahead. We're talking about some throwback shit. Some fucking Mike Jones, some Slim Thug.
Let's just say if you're the class of 2010, 2011, 2012, 2009, I believe, you know that the South took over our fucking high school years.
Not even just high school, dude. Just some of the most influential parts of my life was influenced because of the South. Like if I had fuck you money, you know what my stupid purchase would be? I'd buy a fucking Cadillac Escalade, throw fucking 30s on the bitch, four 15s in the fucking trunk, mink fucking floors, mink fucking covered seats, mink fucking roof, and I'll throw spinners on that bitch.
David Banner. Oh man,
yeah, but little sneak peek for the next episode. Thanks for tuning in, y'all, and catch you guys next time. Peace
out.